Hello everyone, so I'm here to present the diagram of a animal cell. Let's begin by giving the functions of each of the cell. So first off, we are aware of the fact that the cell is a structural and fundamental unit of life. It is also the smallest and the most basic biological unit of living organisms. So on the basis of the cellular organization, cells are further classified as eukaryotic and prokaryotic, and animal cells fall under the eukaryotic category. Is a type of eukaryotic cell that lacks a cell wall and has a through membrane-bound nucleus along with the other cellular organelles. So the outer side, it's called plasma membrane or the cell membrane of the cell. So this one, it's called microvilli. Later on, I will explain the functions of it. So for now, let's just all label them with you. Then, if you could see the red one with the blue inside, it's called nucleus. This is called centrioles. This is vacuole. And this is microtubulus. This is endoplasmic reticulum. The blue dots that you can see, it's ribosomes. And this is called the complex. And lastly, this is mitochondria, and especially the lysosome. So this one, like the base of it, it's called cytoplasm. So take a look of the structure. Also, short trivia for the shapes. This shape of animal cells also varies, with some being flat, with others oval or rod shape. There are also more intriguing shape as curve, spherical, concave, and rectangular. Most of the cells are microscopic in size and can be only seen under the microscope. So let's proceed now by giving you the function of this each cell. So if you could see these three things or dots on outer of the cell, this is called microvilli. So these microvilli are tiny fingers-like projection found on the surface of a certain cell. So this is it. Their purpose is to increase the surface area of the cell's apical surface, resulting in more effective absorption or secretion of substances. Let's proceed to the plasma membrane, or also known as the cell membrane. So if you can see the blue dot, like the edge of this cell, that's the cell membrane. So this is found in all cells and separates the interior of the cell from the outside environment. The cell membrane therefore has two functions. First, to be a barrier, keeping the constituents of the cell in and unwanted substances out. Second, to be a gate, allowing transport into the cell of essential nutrients and movement from the cell of waste products. Like the base area, this is called cytoplasm. So cytoplasm is like a jelly-like material which contain all the cell organelles. Enclosed within the cell membrane, the substances found within the cell nucleus, contained by the nuclear membrane, is called the nucleoplasm. Nucleus is the one that's on the middle. Okay, so nucleus function is, it's an organelle that contains several other suborganelles, and it's such as nucleolus, nucleosomes, and chromatins. It also contains DNA and other genetic materials. Let me show you now the mitochondrion or the mitochondria. So if you could see or notice this one and this one, these are the mitochondrion of this cell. So mitochondrion, they are spherical or rod-shaped organelles with a double membrane. They are the powerhouse of a cell as they play an important role in releasing energy. Let's proceed now to the vacuoles of the cell. So vacuoles, they are generally small and help sequester waste products. It also stores nutrients and water which the cell can rely for its own survival. Also, they store the waste from the cell and prevents the cell from any contaminations. Proceed now to the Golgi complex or Golgi apparatus. So if you could notice the green light beside the mitochondrion, that is the Golgi complex. So this is a flat, smooth layered sac-like organelle which is located near the nucleus and involved in manufacturing, storing, packing, and transporting the particles throughout the cell. So let's proceed now to the endoplasmic reticulum. If you could notice the pink beside nucleus, one's here and one is here, that is the endoplasmic reticulum. This is cellular organelles composed of a thin, winding network of membranous sacs originating from the nucleus. Microtubulus. If you can notice the orange light besides the endoplasmic reticulum, that is the microtubulus. So they function both to determine cell shape and in a variety of cell movements, including some forms of cell locomotion, the intracellular transport of organelles, and the separation of chromosomes during mitosis. Proceed now to the centrioles, which is this, the orange and the yellow stripe. I have two presented here. So centriole is to help with cell division in animal cells. Let's go now to the ribosomes of the cells. So if you could notice the blue dots on the cell structure, that is the ribosome. So they are small organelles that made up of RNA-rich cytoplasmic granules, and they are the site of protein synthesis. And lastly, let me present to you the DNA of this cell. So I already explained to you a while ago the nucleus. So inside of the nucleus, there is a DNA. So most DNA is located in, as I mentioned, on the cell nucleus, on each cells, on every cells. So they are cell structures. That is all for my animal cell. Thank you so much.
"2,000 years later."